Hi there. I want to share a quick thought with you today from Psalm 103. This psalm has been standing out to me the last couple days as I've been thinking about the things that are happening around us and then also how we react to those things. You know, when life gets overwhelming, it shows us a lot about who we really are. It seems to pull out the best of us and the worst of us, if you know what I mean. And, you know, in overwhelming situations, we see the true test of our character, and we see some things that maybe we'd like to change. And one of those things that I've been thinking about is legalism. It's this idea that we have to be perfect. We have to meet this standard. And a lot of us spend our days trying to please God and reach perfection and have it all together, and we impose that standard on other people. And let's just be honest, that's exhausting because we can never reach perfection. And what God's been reminding me is He is not looking for me to impress Him. He wants me to know Him. Let me say that again. God's not looking for you and me to impress Him. He's looking for us to know Him. Psalm 103 starts off with these words, "Bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within me, bless His holy name." And it goes on to talk about the benefits of walking with God and knowing God. But what I want to point out to you is about in the middle of the psalm. It's verse 13 and 14. It talks about how God is compassionate on us. It says, "A father has compassion on his children. That same way, the Lord has compassion on those who fear Him. For He Himself knows our frame, and He is mindful that we are but dust." Now, maybe on a first read, that doesn't seem too encouraging to say we're like dust. But I think what the psalmist is telling us here is that God already knows that we don't have it all together. Now, if you fooled yourself into thinking that you can reach perfection and everybody can depend on you and you're the perfect one, that might come as a shock. But I think most of us, we already know that deep down, but we put on this front and we try to please and we try to work hard, and when bad or hard situations and circumstances happen, sometimes it pulls out that even more and we strive so much. And God reminds us through these words of the psalmist, He knows. He knows you're not perfect. He knows you don't have it all together. He knows you're going to mess up. Now, is God saying, that's okay, keep on messing up, keep making mistakes, do whatever you feel like? No, that's not what God's saying either. What God's saying is He has compassion on you, and He wants to help you and walk with you. He's an ever-present help in time of need. And if the current situations that you're walking through, or the situations that the world is walking through, are pulling out fear and anxiety, worry, anger, maybe you've said some things you wish you hadn't, maybe you've done some things you wish you hadn't, or maybe there's some things you thought you should have done and you didn't. Don't beat yourself up. Turn to God. He's a compassionate Father. And He doesn't need you to hold the world together. He already is doing that. What He needs is for you to find joy in His presence, to find strength in His presence, to love Him. And out of that is going to overflow everything you need. Because the best news of all is not only does God know we don't have it all together, He does. He's the perfect one. He can meet the standard that no one else can meet. And He's right there with you. So remember today, be encouraged. Don't let legalism, this idea of perfectionism overtake you. Instead, look to your Heavenly Father. Trust Him. Don't try to impress Him. Just try to know Him. Be in His presence. Listen to Him and let Him change you and work in you today.